Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from, whatever time zone it is, welcome back to the devlog series for We Are Not Alone, my game that combines first and third person point-and-click adventure for a unique spooky experience. If you haven't yet wishlisted We Are Not Alone, please head on over to Steam and do so. Every single wishlist helps visibility when the game launches. Just go to the page, scroll down, click that little wishlist button. I really appreciate it. So, let's get right into this. Let's get this over with because I am tired and I want to take the rest of the day off. I was meant to take a day off yesterday, ended up working and posting stuff like this, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. What I want to talk about first is the release date. So the other day I made a tweet that said this, 28/03/24. Yeah, that's right. I have set a firm release date for We Are Not Alone, and it is the 28th of March, 2024. I did the announce really quickly, really kind of hastily. I just wanted to get it out there. I've had it in my diary for weeks to, plan a release date trailer, plan like some nice release date images. But I just wanted to be quick, concise, get it done, get it out there, and kind of start putting a little pressure on myself because, hey, it is a month away. Which, putting pressure on myself isn't the best thing to do. But you know what, it's kind of helping. I'm feeling insanely motivated, I am getting so much done. It feels really good, but we'll tap into all that in a few minutes. So how is the game itself going? I've set the release date, am I going to be able to easily hit it? Well, there's 11 tasks left on my project management board, which is really, really cool. They are fairly substantial, but I've been knocking out at least 2 to 3 a day. Some of them are a lot smaller, which means that it should be done anytime soon, hopefully by the end of the month, which is really, really fantastic. We'll dig into my project management stuff in a minute, which has really helped to get me more on track, and it might be really useful for you too. But yeah, the game is going to be releasing in basically a month. It's quite scary, but it's also really, really good. Having everything done in terms of the beta stuff going out for testing by the end of this month means that I've got a month to do all the bug checking and fixing. I've got the month to integrate the rest of the voice lines, the sound effects, and the music from the designers, and finish up the UI things, and just a few things I need to change up and fix the controller implementation. As well as do a ton of marketing in that time. Not having to do the general dev work and getting that start to finish beta ready does open up a fair bit more time, which is really exciting. And it's been absolutely amazing working on all these new areas and all this new stuff, because I spent so many months, I spent the majority of the dev cycle on this, making the demo, which was cool. That was fairly quick. I released that demo and then edited the demo and then made changes to the demo and more and more and more changes. And honestly, going back and doing Act 1, because it is a fair bit of the demo, was a grueling task that took a lot of determination and pushing myself because I know I had to get it done. Yeah, honestly, Act 1 to me is just a grueling nightmare to have to go through and continuously play and test because I've been doing it for so many months. So going into Act 2 and 3, like I've had these areas designed for a while, going back and changing a few of the designs, but also integrating the story and everything, it just feels so fresh and so fucking fantastic. So I'm really excited, it's really motivating me more and more the more I do. And instead of, working on Act 1 and tasks taking days, I'm able to just push myself and be so excited and so motivated that I'm just getting stuff done so much quicker for Act 2 and 3. But I've talked a lot about tasks, so let's talk about my project management stuff. Now, everything is going to be blurry here because I do not want to be spoiling the entire game. There's a lot of little twists and a lot of little things going on, so just deal with the blurriness and I'll explain what's going on. So I posted a screenshot the other week showing one of my many project management tool things, which was Lucidchart. I use it to break down ideas and get things out of my brain neatly. Now this here is the Act 1 breakdown, as you can see, fairly large. And then below it Act 2, which looks smaller, but so much more happens in Act 2, hence the verticality of it. Act 2 and 3 make the game a lot larger. I decided I was going to go further and break down Act 2 and 3 like this. Now look at this beautiful, colorful chart. Each color represents something. You've got yellow for the items that you'll be collecting, purple, which is the current objective, orange, where an item is used from the inventory, red, which are pre-planned scare moments or encounters, brown are any important documents you may find around the bunker facilities, Blue is the location of where the above are located, so all the items and everything. And then gray, which is used for really important moments, things I can't forget when doing my planning. I honestly should have done this breakdown a lot sooner, because it really helped me visualize and get things down into my other project management tool really easily, and then clear my brain up so I can just get to work. Now that other one is called ClickUp. ClickUp is a tool where you can enter all your tasks into a list like you see here, but it also lets you switch over to a board view, which is super cool. I've been looking for something like this for a while, where I can just get everything in there, put dates on everything, and then it just automatically puts it into a Kanban board for me. Now, if only they integrated Lucidchart's flowchart functions and somehow merged it all together into a beautiful, sexy little project management. Anyway, that's my project management stuff. I'm a really big fan of project management. I think it's where I got the highest grades when I was doing game programming at university. But it just helps me clear things up in my brain, so it's not all just filtering and going around like crazy while I'm trying to sleep. There's some other things I really wanted to talk about with the game, and that's just little things you may not notice. So let's take a quick look. I made a post yesterday, which is actually being kind of popular. 30 likes is pretty big for me. But the thing I made a post about was, as I was working on Act 2, there's a bit where, you know, something's happened to someone and there's bloody footprints on the floor. Now I'm like, oh yeah, you can just plonk these bloody footprints down. And I'm like, no, wouldn't it be much cooler? And it's a tiny little detail that have the bloody footprints match up to the size of the person who is actually making those bloody footprints. Now, it's something that I doubt anyone would really notice unless I pointed it out. And there's a lot of these little details that I really like putting in, as you've seen on my posts about texture work, just putting like my own little spin and detail onto things. Now, there's probably a lot of other things that I've completely missed, which people will focus on. But as I said on Twitter, I can always go back and remaster it like the OG Star Wars trilogy and have Riley walking over Jabba the Hutt's tail, or Riley shooting first at the elevator scene. Okay, there is something else that I won't be showing, but I want to talk about. It is an alternate puzzle solution, which was actually kind of inspired by one of my favorite shows, Red Dwarf, except mine does not have a comedic punchline to the end of it. It just kind of sprung into my head one day. Now, you don't need to do this at all. It's kind of a puzzle that repeats itself at some point, and you can decide to solve it a different way. Riley objects to doing it, but you can make her do it. And you'll get an achievement that's not really all that nice. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I'm really excited to see who finds that. Alright, so it seems like the personal stuff was actually kind of a hit. The comments, people seem to like it, wanted me to talk a little bit more about my personal life and what's going on. Biggest thing right now is that I actually finished Doomguy by John Romero. See, I didn't have to record over that because I actually said his name properly this time. John. I said George Romero last time. But anyway, John Romero, this book was absolutely awesome. It took me a while to get through it because I just read in little bursts every day. But it was really cool just to see like someone else's side of the story of what happened at id Software, what happened when John left id Software and went to Ion Storm, which everyone knows Daikatana was not a great time. But it was a really good read. I would highly recommend it. I posted about it and John actually liked my tweet, which made me really happy last night. So, John, if you ever see this for whatever reason, hey there, I would love to meet you for a coffee or something one day. If you ever come to Australia, let me know. The other thing I mentioned last week was about my graphics card, how it was still, there'd been no update, it was still gone, and it had been a month and a half. Well, as things happen, as soon as I edited and posted this video, there was an update that it was going to be sent back to me. So it's back. You can see Unity on screen now. That's not running on a Mac, that's running Windows, which means my graphics card is back. I have still been primarily using the Mac for development, which has been fantastic, and having the separation of my PC being... Hello? It's been a while since we've had a cat break. Come here. Yeah, you can't just, like, hop up and not be in the video. Anyway, that's enough of that. So it's still been really good just having that separation of the Mac for my dev work, the PC for my gaming, and it's been really good. The only issue is that moving forward, I'm planning to move to Unreal Engine 5 for development for the next game, which this Mac just won't handle. So probably just have to move back to dev on this main PC, but that's fine. I don't mind doing that. We'll see how things go. The other crazy thing that happened to me the other day is I was sitting here just relaxing, finally getting into the groove of relaxing. It was good. And a wasp, no joke, like this big, came right at me. Well, I say came right at me. It just like flew behind my computer and scared the living shit out of me. So I managed to suck it up with a vacuum cleaner and dispose of it outside. And then I was hearing a buzzing in my roof. And you can see from this lovely thing I posted on Twitter, I was sitting there for like half an hour with the vacuum just aimed straight at the vent, worrying that it was going to pop out and try to sting me. I remembered that story just because I saw one at the window just then. I hope it doesn't get inside. That was terrifying. It was huge. So anyway, it's about time to wrap things up. We've announced the release date. I've showed you my project management. We've talked about my personal life a little bit and the awesome book I've read. What was your favorite part? Let me know down in the comments. But before you click onto the next video that is probably going to be super duper interesting, and I bet you just can't wait to watch it, make sure you go and wishlist We Are Not Alone on Steam. Scroll down, click that wishlist button. I would really, really appreciate that. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Andrew. I'm developing We Are Not Alone. There's the cat again, and I am going to edit this video, upload it, and then go get some rest. But until next time, stay indie.